back to Bright Minded Live with Miley. Sorry, everybody. Okay, I'm just waiting on Nicole. She's texting right now. Just go. I'm telling her how to do this. Just go to my page. You'll see me blinking. Click watch live. And I can request you when you're watching. I'll walk her through this. She's coming on right now, everybody. There is no technical difficulties. I'm just walking Nicole Richie through how to use Insta Live, which I'm really glad that she doesn't know how to use. That means that this is going to be an exclusive. Her first time using Insta Live on Bright Minded Live with Miley. So here we go. Yeah, Nicole, get it together. That's Simone. Okay, I'm waiting for Nicole. All right, she's texting me. She's working it out. Sorry, guys. You know, in the meantime, okay, I'm telling her to press request when she enters the chat. Okay, press request. Oh yeah, she's on and she's watching. Says unable to join. Okay, hold on. Just press request, Nicole Richie. Simone, help your girl. This is all just a part of the segment, everyone. This is meant to happen right now. Oh, hell yeah. We're at Nicole Richie. It's better late. She's fashionably late. Nicole Richie is fashionably late.
Boom!
Boom!
Who said I didn't know how to use Instagram?
High-tech queen.
Oh, I have a surprise guest, but hold on, I'm realizing he's not in frame. 1 second.
Oh, who is that queen?
That's Speedy. Isn't he so cute?
Hi, Speedy. I have a guest, too. I'll show you. Don't you have a German Shepherd?
I do. Wait, is Eero in here? Eero, come here, buddy. Come here.
My baby.
Oh my god, he is so cute. Wait, look at mine. Oh. Eero, come.
Hi, buddy.
Oh my god, they have to have a play date soon.
Is your German Shepherd named Arrow?
Eero, I-R-O.
I-R-O. Okay, this is so weird because his name is Bo, so one day I want to get him a brother and name him Arrow, so it's Bo and Arrow.
Bow and arrow, very cute. Oh, he's a baby. Look at his paws.
He's a baby. He's a rescue. It's short for rainbow.
Very cute.
I
like us having all of our pets on this chat.
I know. When I have, not that this isn't a real talk show, but when I have a...
This is very real. This is very real.
It got a little too real now. That's pretty much taken over my entire being, which I love because, you know, I'm super hyper-minded, and so I need something to be... I need a place, an outlet to entertain, so this is perfect.
And you know what? You're just 100% you all the time, and it's what I love most about you. And so, like, in a time like this, like, I need to turn on my phone and watch some MC with her balloons and Bright Minded and your voice and everything.
Today is our pop culture LGBTQ plus celebration, so that's why I got the balloons. I got the balloons so we can celebrate the community. So now that I got the balloons on my
Here's
show,
a candle to celebrate.
I'm so happy that you're here. I have a question because we've been focusing a lot on female businesses at this time, especially local small businesses. So you're a businesswoman, you run a house, you run a family. How have you been staying lit in these dark times and continuing to work from home and maintain your business?
Well, good question. Number one, let me say that, you know, it's not just being bright all the time. Like, there are waves of emotions. Like, some days I wake up and I'm like, oh, great. Like, okay, we're going to do this. I'm going to work out every day, and the kids are going to be on a schedule, and I'm going to cook, and I'm going to clean the house, and I'm going to clean out my closet. And then other days, you know, I wake up and I'm like, I'm really scared. Like, oh my God, what is happening? What is this world? The fear is very heavy, and, you know, there's a lot of anxiety in the world, and that's really real too, you know, and we're all living very different realities. Quarantine means something different to you know, to everybody. And so, you know, there's definitely both, is what I'm saying.
I think that's really well said to say that quarantine is different for everyone. And I think that's why I also started this show, was because a lot in my life, besides the fact that I can't hang out with my friends, we can't have public play dates, not that much is changing for me. I'm not worried about where my next meal comes from. I'm not worried about my business falling apart and how am I going to get back to where I was before. I've been talking a lot about people that have just recently started working out, getting in shape, and now their gym just closed. Or they can't get their healthy food that they were getting from the local mom and pop because that might shut down. So it's so important to support our local businesses right now. So that's why in this episode I really want to focus on business women, because I just think a lot of the women, they have much harder time getting loans from banks. So if their businesses fall apart, they can't rebuild as quickly. So it's just important to support female businesses. I wanted to ask you if there's any ritual or routine that you have that keeps you right-minded. I know that you're very into like gems and crystals. So
I love a gem and I love a crystal. Look, I'm wearing a few right now.
How does that play a part in your routine? So is that, what do they do? Protect you, create good energy?
I love crystals on my body because, quite simply, I mean, they are a part of the earth. They make me feel good. I mean, they all hold different properties technically, but to me, you know, any sort of like, I mean, I'm a jewelry designer, so for me, you know, having something tangible that can remind you of something special, you know, is something that's always really nice. So like, you know, citrine to me is like, citrine feels like it has the energy of the sun. It's just constantly giving, it's constantly loving, it's positive energy. It just feels very alive. I love my tiger's eye. I love a quartz. A quartz, you know, represents all kinds of universal love, self-love. But like having something, you know, whether you believe in that version of crystals or not, I think like to have something tangible on your body, just to remind yourself to check in with yourself, check in with the best parts of yourself, remind yourself that you have that in you. Is something that's really nice, you know, especially when we go out in the world. It's not always the easiest to hold on to yourself. There's a lot of distractions, and you know, it comes up all the time.
Is citrine's like a yellowy color, right?
Citrine is yellow. It's like a yellow gold.
That's my birthstone.
See that? This is your birthstone?
Yeah.
Oh my God, mine's a sapphire.
Yeah, mine's a citrine. So is my grandma. So I actually have, my granddad was obsessed with like crystals and stones. He also was obsessed with diamonds. So we love my granddad.
Whoa, rich.
He always got my grandma like the sickest jewelry, and he got her this citrine ring for her birthday because me and her share a birthday month. So I love citrine. It's one of my favorites.
Go, Papa.
Yeah, he was badass. So we've been talking a lot about reliable sources on the show. You know that social media is not a reliable source. Gossipy, dramatic text chains, not reliable sources. Even the news can be misleading. So who's a reliable source in your life besides Speedy?
Speedy has actually become my only reliable source, and he's my biggest secret keeper. Actually, I can tell him anything, and it's just between him and I.
If I ever get a magic power, I'm going to give vocal cords to Speedy to let me know all your dirty secrets.
I really do think that he deserves it because he hides a lot in this chin of his.
Wow.
That comes out when he gets scared. It gets all black and puffed out.
Wow.
and that's where he holds all my secrets. Where do I get reliable information from? That's also a very good question. I mean, you know, are you talking about like
Parents,
right
things,
this
you know
moment
what,
in what we're talking about right in this quarantine, or just in life?
Yeah, or like even in life, like whether it's your parents, I actually sometimes feel like kids are the better reliable sources because they actually have a better understanding on what the hell's going on.
Totally. You know, I find that if there's ever a question about anything, it's always the best to go to the actual source. So if there's a miscommunication of something at work and you need to get to the bottom of it, it's always best, instead of, you know, kind of talking in circles to other people around it. I think it's always best to have a very open and honest conversation. And I really love having a raw and respectful conversation where you're able to just be free and say whatever you want, but know that it's coming from a place of love and respect. And if you can go ahead and set that tone, it'll give you the freedom to really communicate however you want.
Agree. I agree. And I had a question. My mom is writing in the comments like, I love your jacket.
Mama T.
Mama T. So
I love your mom. She texts me sometimes, FYI.
That brings me to my next question for you, because you're a pop culture icon, but you really just like kind of branded yourself as a style icon also. So what's changed about your style spending a lot of time like home? Are you like me and like you don't get out of the legging, or do you get dressed so you can structure yourself and structure your life?
So I see her. Hi, Tiff.
Oh.
So I actually 2 days ago, I was like, I'm gonna bring out all of my loose, comfortable, cotton, cute clothes, and I'm just gonna put them on a rack because I don't want to go through my closet every day, and like it's not the time for that. But I do want to be cute, I feel like, so I'm just gonna put a rack together.
Yeah.
I've not worn any of those clothes. I'm still in the sweats. I mean, I'm right now, it's a busy day. I'm waking up and doing homeschool with the kids, and then I'm cleaning the house, and I'm running around, and I'm outside in the garden and with the chickens. So I'm like not in those outfits, but it's good to have. And I do think like today was my first day getting dressed because I had work today, and I am doing this with you.
Yeah.
And you know what? I feel good. This is inspiring me to maybe step it up a little bit.
This wasn't a question of mine, but now it is a question because you just mentioned homeschooling. And speaking of females and their businesses, a lot of women are going to have to take over schooling because the kids aren't going to be leaving for like 6 hours a day going to school. So I'm sure a lot of the women take on that role, leaves very little time to take care of themselves. Even the like sob in the bathroom about what's going on. Like sometimes you just want 5 minutes where you can go lock yourself away, go have that moment that you don't want your kids to see. Like there's not many times for that. Do you have like the words of empowerment for any women watching right now that are homeschooling their kids for a little bit of time, or a quick 5 minutes, something they can do to show self-care?
Yeah, I mean, a quick 5 minute, what I've been doing is, I mean, sometimes the kids are just, they're waking up and they're going right into school. So I'm like, you know what? This week alone, I'm only committing to what I'm doing this week. I'm like, they can have some banana bread or some cereal in the morning, so I don't have to cook right away. So I can just like take a minute, and they're not that hungry anyway. And you know what? They're home. So like, I can give them breakfast at 10, you know?
They're
but I'm
so
like,
happy.
I had a bowl of Honey Nut Cheerios today for the first time in 15 years. It's the best meal I've ever had in my life. I can't wait to have them again.
Same thing.
You're eating what?
Cocoa Crisps.
Yes.
I can't stop.
Like, I can't. It's just bringing me back to 1985, and I'm just loving it.
What was 1985 like? Just kidding. That's my next question. I was up in the stars of the cosmos dancing around the moon. Wasn't even a twinkle in my mother's eye.
Oh, please. By the way, I actually feel like you should have been around in the 80s because they're very MC.
I would have been, pretty much everyone's name was MC at the time.
Yeah, yes. Oh my God, yes. Everyone's name was MC. and it's just like shoulder pads and extra and just like all of the things.
All of the things.
Yeah.
So, I'm talking about, you got your hands on your different projects. I'm just like so stoked to see what you've really like done with your business, and I think it's really inspiring for moms at home that can watch this and be like, I can balance everything. Now they've got these different tools. They can invest in some crystals, so that's a really great idea.
Yeah.
It's super crucial that we support the female-founded business at this time.
Absolutely.
Because there's an unemployment spike, and we gotta keep supporting local businesses. I love the idea of buying a gift certificate, which you can use later when it's safe to go into community settings, but you can then have the business owners can pay their bills with that, pay their employees.
Absolutely.
It's a good idea, and you know, it's all about sharing is caring. So before we go, would you share something special with the viewers that you think is important that they hear at this time before we sign off? Just a message to your fans, mostly to Fidget, who's watching.
Vigi, wait, did you interview Vigi today yet?
He's next. He's coming up soon with a big surprise.
Bitch, I wish I could be on this next interview with you because I love you so much. My one message to say, well, I'm going to leave you with this. With all these kids out of school, there are millions of kids that are now left without lunches. And so it's important to find your local, while we're talking about local businesses, it's actually really important to find your local food bank and find out what they need. A lot of them need donations. And I would say that that is the biggest thing. And you know what, guys? I also just want to say, in a time where everyone is hoarding food and we're trying to stay out of grocery stores as much as possible in order to give people, you know, elderly people, people with specific allergies and specific food limitations, in order to give way to those people, it's not a bad idea, and it is possible to start growing your own food. I know that sounds like a very big deal, but I'm telling you, everyone can do it. If you lived in New York and you only have one windowsill and a little pot, you can do it. It's a human skill, and right now I think it's a really important time to look into doing that.
That is a great advice, and I'm so happy you're able to be on the show. Thank you so much. Speedy, you're that dude. We love you. Right-minded followers. You gotta make him a like an IG account so I can bring him on my show like for his own segment where he's not having to share the light with you.
I know, he asked for his own Instagram account, but I thought I was jealous, and so I didn't give it to him. Should I?
Yeah, you definitely should. I'll be your first follow.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
Speedy, you're about to be a star.
Bye, Speedy.
Bye, guys.
Okay, and so now it is time. I'm sending this, hold on, to Paris right now. This is Paris' first live. So she, hold on one second. It's really bang. I'm sending this to Paris so I can get Paris on the show. So, log into Instagram, go to my Instagram, click my flashing icon and press request to join Miley's live. This is Paris Hilton's first Instagram live, so I feel very, very honored. Let's see if she has logged on. I just sent her all the info. There she is. Yes, HQ, high-tech queen. Paris Hilton can do fucking anything. I'm so into this.
Oh my god.
You can do anything.
Hi.
You get live like the very first try, just right on, perfect. Thank you so much.
This is my first time, so I don't know what I'm doing, but hold on. Is this working?
Yeah,
Yeah.
working. You look gorgeous. I feel so lucky to be popping your Insta Live cherry. This is just everything.
I'm a virgin in this.
And then, this is absolutely perfect. Okay, so honestly, I'm just living right now. I'm just so happy to have you on my show. This is your very first Insta Live, and it's just for me. And it was such a request. All the fans were requesting, we want Paris Hilton on your show. And I thought I could make that a thing. So I went on to lunch this morning, and you and I asked the fans to send in their questions, because you and I have known each other and been friends for so long that I could talk to you all the time or ask you any question I ever want. But not everyone gets to just text Paris Hilton if they're like, hey, does this shoe make my leg look like long or short? Not everyone has that. So not everyone's as lucky as me to have direct access to Paris Hilton. So I want to ask you some of the Twitter questions that I got from your fans.
Yes.
First and foremost, how does it feel to be an iconic legend?
Well, hold on. I'm sorry. I'm new at this. I just got a little tripod thing for this, so.
Oh, just do your thing.
Alright.
My tripod also does that where it starts like going like this.
Yeah, it's like going sideways. Okay. Frankie, what's this about? Okay, I hate this thing. I need to get a new tripod. I need to learn from you. I built a little set.
I love the set. You're so on it. I got my little balloons to celebrate having you on the show, but you're super iconic. So, like, how does that feel to be you?
I just love living my life and having a good time, and it makes me just so happy to just bring light and happiness to the world. I feel that we need more of that, and just like positive energy, good vibes, and just having a good time. And that's how I've always spent my entire life.
You definitely have. You have like inspired me from the beginning of like whether it's getting ready or whether it's just taking my skills, and everyone is so unique in what they can bring to entertainment. Entertainment does not have one look or one face or one idea, and I think you really changed the game for what entertainment can be. If you're like a star with star power, you can just create such a brand for yourself, and you have. This episode is about celebrating businesswomen, so it's all fun and it's all games to laugh, but like you're just slaying as a businesswoman, so
Thank you.
useless. We both love animals, so I know you had a lot of pets, and like so dogs have been such a part of like your career and your brand too. Like, why do you love dogs so much? Why do you love animals so much?
Ever since I was a little girl, I was just obsessed with animals. Actually, before when I was a little girl, I wanted to be a veterinarian because I loved animals so much. But then I realized you have to put them to sleep and give them shots and do surgery on them and all these things. And I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to work so hard that I could buy and adopt a lot of pets, and then that will be my animals. Where are they? I have one of them in here. They're so cute. Yeah. Oh yeah, this one. This is one of my favorites. I got him in Tokyo.
Oh my god! Look at my little baby here. They could be best friends. Oh.
Prince Baby Bear. We need to do a little puppy play date when this is all over.
This is your cousin, Rainbow.
Yes. Is Rainbow a boy or girl?
A boy, so he goes by Bo.
I saw that you adopted him. That's so amazing.
He is so cute. I'm so obsessed with him. So you answered this question actually. One of your fans wanted to know before you realized that you could kind of like brand your personality. What did you want to be? So now we know that was a bet. So you're a singer, you're like a DJ, model, businesswoman, entrepreneur, you run an empire. How do you make time to do everything? And to add to that question, how are you doing it from home?
Well, I'm an Aquarius. I'm a very naturally creative person. And I love music, I love to design, I love doing art, I love performing, and I love being a businesswoman and being an inspiration, and it's just so much fun to be able to do everything I love to do. And I don't stop. I'm on a plane, well, I used to be on a plane 250 days out of the year, and constantly traveling and doing all that. And now I've just been really just staying at home and doing all my work from home, which is completely different, but it's actually been very nice just to finally just relax and be with my pets and just enjoy life. But I don't know, I just love just being creative and having a good time all the time.
And you know, my granddad used to say that if you are having a good time, you're never going to work a day in your life. So if you love what you do, you're never really working, so I'm sure that's how you get through everything. So you mentioned that you're always on a plane. Where is your favorite place to travel to? You said you got your baby in Tokyo. I have a feeling you love Tokyo.
I love Tokyo. My favorite places to travel. I love Ibiza. I've been a resident DJ there for like 8 years. I'm living there through the whole summer, which is incredible. And I also love like Fiji and Las Vegas, and LA is my favorite city in the world though.
I saw you on Mayor Garcet's Instagram saying, yes, it's the best city in the world. And I love that you support our mayor because he is just under so much stress right now. And I just think he's really handling it the best that he can. And he's staying really calm and composed so the whole city just feels more at ease. I just think he's so awesome. And I kind of think he's hot.
I love him. And he actually was at my birthday party I had at my house. And he came and we had so much fun. And he gave me this gift, which was like this whole big thing that said like, presented to Paris. I didn't read the whole thing, it was very long, but it was just,
yes.
It was so nice. I don't know what it said, but I'll send you a picture of it, but he's such a legend, and yeah, I think he's cute.
My mom's writing that he's hot. My mom is obsessed with Mary.
I love your mom is so cool.
She's literally writing, me too, I'm in love with him, so hot. So obviously you are like a pop star, and even like making music, you made a little bit of everything. Who are like the pop stars that you grew up watching that you go, okay, I want to be like you? What are your favorite pop stars besides me?
Well, you are my favorite, obviously. And then I love the OGs, like Britney, Katy Perry, Christina Aguilera. I love Nicki Minaj.
Yes.
I love Dua Lipa. I just saw her on your show yesterday.
She was so good.
So good. I love just all these girls who just, especially right now, with just women empowerment and girls like coming together. I think it's just such an amazing time and such an incredible time in music, and just there's just so many girls that I love and just look up to.
I agree. If you had, well actually, yeah, if you had a superpower, but I feel like you do have a superpower, what would it be? Would you be able to like, would you want to hear your dog's thoughts? Would you want to be able to talk to them?
That's a superpower I never thought of. I wish
I could talk to them, but like, I wish they couldn't tell other people the things that they know about me.
Seriously. That and to fly. I think to fly and also to be invisible so you could like spy on people and like see what they're saying about you.
Yeah.
Or just go places.
One of my final questions for you, well, she did say you go to all the music festivals, which are your favorite. So, do you love Ibiza? Is that your favorite one? I know everyone's so sad. So many festivals are getting canceled this year.
I know, I'm so sad about Coachella and Ultra and Miami. My favorite music festival, which I played at last year and I'm supposed to play it this summer, which I hope is still happening, is Tomorrowland in Belgium.
Fun.
So sick. Oh my god.
That sounds like so much fun. My final question to you is from one of your fans. They said that they always looked up to you and that you have been their idol since that they were a little girl. And same. And they were wondering, what is your advice to people that say hurtful things or people that write shitty stuff on social media? What would be your advice?
My advice is to not pay attention to any of that. I feel that anybody who is going to be mean or negative or say things to hurt someone's feelings, it's more about how they feel about themselves. So if I was to give advice to anyone, it's just don't pay attention, block them, and don't give them the time of day.
I love the block button. The block button is heaven sent.
It's so good.
I wish I could do that in my entire life.
I know, I wish you could literally do that in your life.
Paris, thank you so much for being on Right Minded. You really are like what this show is about, is being true to yourself, being a true individual, and that's what you always are. You're just yourself unapologetically, and we love you for it. Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you. Thank you for doing this, Miley. This is so amazing that you're getting everyone together and just like building this whole set and like have basically produced your own show, which is a more fun talk show than I've ever seen with anyone. So keep killing it, sis. And I can't wait to do this in real life.
I know, I can't wait to have you on my couch with me. And when I was just saying, not that this isn't a real talk show, but if I ever have a real talk show, you're allowed to bring your pets. So make sure you bring your dog. Yeah. You can chill with my dog during the show.
I'll have lots of them.
Okay, I'm calling Vidget now with his big special surprise.
Oh, and I love him.
I will. Bye, Paris. We love you.
Love you.
Live your best life forever.
Live it.
Hi. Okay, that was just iconic. Okay, so now it is time for me to introduce, this is a pop culture staple, celebrity photographer, Vijit Mohindra, who in his last book says, always believe that something wonderful is about to happen. I love that he put this in the introduction of his book, because this is the kind of messaging that we need right now. And he is just one of the most optimistic, positive, bubbly, colorful, amazing friends. My best friend, and has shot me so many times for so many different magazines. And we have a big announcement, and I know what it is, and I'm really excited to be part of this announcement. So I'm going to put Vision in right now. At Vidget M. At Vidget M on Insta. Hi, Gorge.
Hi, Gorge. Oh my God,
God.
I'm so excited. Your show is
excited. I am just freaking out. I talked to your favorites. I just talked to Paris.
love her. She's so iconic.
She is so iconic. I talked to your girl Nicole.
Oh, obsessed.
Literally,
She's the original
just
obsession.
obsessed with those two.
Love.
So I want to start
And you.
with saying, me and Vidget have been best friends and creative partners for the past 11 years. And so I wanted to talk about when we first met. And actually, I have a very, very exciting announcement. So me and Vidget first met through my stylist, Simone Harouche, who
Harouche.
has gone on. Harouche used to do amazing things. And
She's so
actually, it's me and Nicole and Vid's mutual friend and stylist for years, Simone Harouche, and her business partner, Simone Harouche and her business partner, Jamie Mizrahi, who created Kit Undergarments.
Love.
We're wearing right now. They are going to be donating 200 undergarments to Upward Bound, a nonprofit in LA that works to transition families out of homelessness. They serve 1,000 parents each year, and 75% of families they work with get to move into their own home. So I want to thank Simone and Jamie for making my titties look really good. And everyone should go to @Kit Undergarments and support the badass female-founded business. So you can visit their website, where for the next 24 hours, 20% of the proceeds will go to Upward Bound. So Simone is just the best, and Simone is how me and Vidget actually met. So
Yeah.
let's talk about like the beginning of your career, when you first started working with styling, because fashion is such a major part of photography, and you met so many celebrities that you ended up shooting. So how important is fashion, and the beginning started with Simone?
I think fashion is definitely like one of the more creative routes, and that's why I was like always attracted to it, because you get to do a lot more creative stuff with photography. And Simone is just like so creative and inspiring and such like a cool motivational person in my life, because she would always like try to like push me to like do my photography and do more, and she would even give me like really cool runway pieces that would be like sent in for some sort of special project. She's like, secretly, if you want to take it home and do your own little shoot with it and like
That's my
get back to
favorite
me.
thing to do.
She's so cute. So she helped me like start my whole career, and has always been like such like a great advocate for me. And I think she like knew how like passionate and how much I love photography. It's like my favorite thing in the entire universe. I love it so much, and I think she could see that the whole time, and that's why I'd always be like working really hard for her. So when she would have the opportunity, she like hooked me up with Kim, and she got me my first shoot with my first ever celebrity with Kim K, and it was like
Can you
the
believe
biggest.
Vidget's first shoot with a celebrity is Kim freaking Kardashian? Like, do you know
Yeah.
who you are?
So cute. And then your mom saw those pictures, and then she was like, you should shoot with MC. And then you are the cutest ever, and we're like, come with me on world tour. And then and that's kind of how I like started my whole thing, and it was all because Simone always like helped me and pushed me and was just such an amazing person.
Simone is absolutely the best, and without her, you and I would have never met, and we've all stayed friends for so long, and you've just been such a part of you've just been like a pillar in my life and in my career.
It broke up.
So I'm so happy to have you. So I want to talk about a lot of the people watching right now are from super small towns, and they have big dreams like you. So you're from a small town in Chicago. This whole episode went full circle. You want to shoot photographers, you want to shoot Paris and Nicole, and work with celebrity stylists like Simone, and now here you are, just like a Vidget Moindra.
Can't believe it. Yeah. when I was growing up, I grew up in Naperville, Illinois, which is like an hour outside of Chicago, so like also small town. And yeah, I found photography when I was in high school, and I was like, this is the coolest. This is like the perfect vessel for me, because I felt like I could incorporate all the different types of art, because I love painting and drawing and sculpture and like all of the different types of any sort of creative that you can do. I like love it. So it was like, photography is so great because I get to do all of those things, put it into one really like polished, finished product, and then you can like make a whole portfolio. So I always loved it. And what's so cool about it too is that sometimes you can have it with like a whole team of people, and then in times like this where it's like isolation and all these things going on with social distancing, it's something that you can do more in a personal way and find ways to. I know like there's some really cool self-portrait artists like Cindy Sherman, who we love and so that's another really cool way to experiment with photography and stay creative and like keep your mind thinking in creative ways during times like this.
Agreed. I love the idea that you said you can also do self-portrait, because selfies are such a part of Instagram, and Instagram you can share your art like instantly. That's the great part.
Yeah.
So if you don't have a professional camera, it doesn't really matter anymore. You can use your phone, and you can have direct access to Instagram of like, you don't even need a gallery. You know, you
Instagram is the new platform.
The worst part I think about doing creative work and turning your creativity into a business is it gives so many other people control. You know that like a magazine can say your work isn't good enough, or when you turn your creative passion into a job, then people have control and command over what you love. What do you say for people that have said no to you? Like, what would be when someone says no? My dad said, you know, when one door closes, another opens. Do you believe that?
I think like a few more open when that happens. I feel like every time somebody's been like, no, or it hasn't worked out, it's like for a bigger purpose and reason. And I really liked what your dad said the other day on your show, where he said that once you reach the top, the only way to go is down. And so I felt like that's probably why the getting there is like so much more fun and exciting, and like that's why I feel like in my life it's been drawn out a lot further, because it's the universe kind of like keeping me excited and creative and going, and I feel like there's always something more to get and go for.
I love that perspective so much. So you always knew you wanted to be a photographer. What are some of your favorite photographs that you've taken, and who are your favorite celebrities that you've gotten to shoot?
Number one, of course, my fave, the original MC.
Yeah, don't forget the original.
The original, so cute always. It's like such a dream when you get to like shoot with your best friend. It's like, I can't even believe it's real life. Like getting to go to work
all the time.
It's the best thing ever. I'm always so happy and always smiling. And yeah, you're everything. But I also love, I've gotten so many amazing people. Nicki Minaj is so cute. I'm obsessed with her. Nicole and Paris, who you had on, they're like everything to me. I cannot even have to like pinch myself that I even get to like work with them. Love. And Kim K, so cute, so supportive all the years, like the sweetest person ever. Love her. Gosh, so many more. I got to work with Gwen Stefani and Selena Gomez and A$AP Rocky and Rihanna.
So cute!
Such a dream, and so I'm just like always just so grateful, and it's like every dream come true.
Okay, so if someone wanted to have these photographs that you've taken of these icons and these legends,
yes,
how would someone go about getting a Vijay Mohindra piece of art?
Well, now I am so excited and honored to announce my brand new book that's coming out this fall with Abram's book. Abram's book's called High Gloss. So cute, with the angel of all on the cover, MC.
The angel of all!
In her full regalia.
Look, guys, everyone look, I am here to announce Vijay Mohindra, the fucking king of photography.
You're everything.
Is here with his this is a book that everyone can get and can go into my Instagram after this. You can go on my Insta stories after this. You can go to @BidgetM, his Instagram. You're gonna have the link to pre-order in your bio.
my bio.
So now all my fans can get this sickening, and Gwen fans and Paris fans and Nicole and Kim, and basically if you love anyone in
If
pop
you're a
culture
Sharon Golf fan,
and Sharon Golf fans, you will get these images.
yes.
So are you so excited to share?
I am so excited to share. I can't believe that we got to do the cover together. You are like the most creative genius ever, collaboration angel of my life. I love the cover so much. I'm so thankful that you did that with me.
And I'm so thankful because you're giving a portion of these profits to Happy Hippie, and I'm just so thankful Abrams is also just letting Happy Hippie be a part of this, because this is really what it's about. It's about celebrating young, old, every LGBTQ community to get out there.
Yes.
I don't know what pop culture would be without the LGBTQ community, and you shed such a light on that by shooting, you know, icons, and it's just incredible what you're doing.
So
Thank you
sweet.
for letting me write the introduction, which will be in the very beginning of Bidget's book, with another exclusive photo of me that the fans can get. All their favorite icons will be in the book, and I'm just so excited for everyone. So please go to Bidget M on Instagram, pre-order the book, go to my story. I'm gonna have a swipe up so you can get the book. And thank you, Bidget, so much for making this very important, lifelong dream announcement on Right Minded.
Thank you for everything, George. You are the best. I'm obsessed with you.
Not obsessed with you. Bye, George.
Love.
Right, so next we are going to talk to Michelle Visage, and we're going to talk about, we are going to talk to Michelle Visage, because it would not be an LGBTQ celebration without a sprinkle of RuPaul's Drag Race. So she's going to join Right Minded, RuPaul's BFF, judge on the Drag Race panel, Michelle Visage. Let's connect.
Hey, baby!
Come through! Come through, Snatch Bun.
Yes, honey, look, the grays are all out.
I am being pulled up and away.
Yes! That's what happens when you don't wash it and you don't color it.
I am not washing my hair no matter what. And today we are celebrating LGBTQ history. And it would just not be a party without Michelle Visage. You are such an ally and such a staple in the community. You are like the mother to all. I just look up to you so much, and I'm so happy to have you on the show.
You are such a doll, and trust me, being the mother to many queer children out there, but also I have a gay daughter, for me to have somebody like you out there doing what you do at Happy Hippie and doing just being Miley really helps in ways that you might not be aware of, because you're affecting kids that maybe you don't get to hear from, or you don't know, are on, or you're on their radar. And it does amazing things for the youth today. So thank you, sweetheart.
You too, Michelle. You are just the best. So I first want to ask, what is it like being BFFs with Rue? And for being from the beginning of this show, what the queens have gone to do worldwide. Drag Race is just a worldwide success. You're such a huge part of that. Your critiques, even if they feel harsh at the time, or the queens have a hard time making them, you get them polished so when they leave the show, they can really have a career. What's it like being a part of that?
Number one, being best friends with Rue is a gift, because I don't think the world really gets to know Rue the way Rue is. Rue is very private with Rue's personal life, but Rue is the most amazing, generous, kind, loving human being that I've ever met. We met back in the New York City club days in the late 80s, and we became friends and working partners ever since, and nothing's ever gotten into the way. So I don't think people really know how amazing he is and what he does behind the scenes. And he doesn't really care to let people know what he does behind the scenes, but there's a lot of stuff that he does that people don't know about. And as far as the queens go on Drag Race, my critique obviously isn't loved by everybody. People have a hard time with it. But I think that the majority of the girls know when it's done what I was trying to say when they watch it back, and they get it. Because I often say, for me, I don't need to be a bitch for the sake of being a bitch. That's never my goal. You don't win that way. My goal is, as you know, Miley, you get 15 minutes if you're lucky in this industry.
Yeah.
And then if I see them one way and I'm thinking that they do that so well, I wonder if casting people are just going to look at them like that and bypass them for something else. So I try to push them out of their comfort zone to say, you are more than just this. You can do so many other things if you just do this, try this. This will make it better. So that's where it comes from. I love them so much, and I want to extend that 15 minutes into 15 years because they deserve it. I've been into drag since I was 17 years old, and I never understood why people didn't see it as the art form that it is. It's art, and people weren't understanding it. Back in my day, drag queens were part of the marginalized in the LGBT community. It was like they were not taken seriously. Nobody wanted to date a drag queen. It was really, I didn't understand it because it was magic to me. It was the most incredible thing I'd ever seen. I just wanted to be that. And for me, that's why I'm so into it, because I love it so much. And I want these girls to take every single thing that they can get, every opportunity to make every penny that they can, because they deserve it. They are all incredible.
Okay, seriously, I just got cold chills like all over my entire body with your passion, because I just remember when I started kind of perfecting, you know, in a way, who everyone sees and who I am on stage. That is who I am. But it's also an extension of another piece of me that isn't always like appropriate to be the one that's like training the new puppy that I have or cooking breakfast in the kitchen. There's a little part of me that like I get cold chills thinking about the inside that all of a sudden I have on the outside for the 2 hours that I'm on stage. I feel superhuman. And you're absolutely right. When I got cold chills the first time hearing your passionate, like what you just said was 15 minutes is scary. Like it is so scary because it is so hard to have a career. Maintaining a career is one of the most stressful things because you're never going to please everyone. And the minute that social media has made every hater have a megaphone, and I encourage people to keep their comments off, to listen to people that are giving them critiques out of love like you do. I mean, there is such a level of, there is constructive criticism. My mom always was like pushing me so hard in dance or singing lessons or acting lessons because she knew I had it in me to be the best. She wouldn't push me. You know, they say that like God doesn't give you more than you can handle. Neither does a mother. A mother loves you, and so you only give the girls what you know that they already have inside of them, and they're so lucky to have you.
I'm so lucky to have them because I honestly believe in each and every one of them. The ones that go home first, the ones that don't make it onto the show, they are all, to me, superstars in my eyes because I know what they've been through to get to where they're going, even if I don't know them, because I've seen it. I've, hung out on the streets with these kids. I've seen what they've gone through. And for me, it's an amazing honor to be able to help them get to this place when they thought they couldn't even get to this place. So when they do it and they come out and they feel like, I did it, not only am I happy, but the world is just like, oh my God. And then they can get what they set out to get. And they don't have to, say I'm not good enough or I'm not worthy. They're all worthy and they're all amazing and they're all so freaking talented. It blows my mind. And I will always be a fan of the art of drag. I will always believe in it. I will always support it and love it.
It sounds like you're a proud parent of these queens. Is that how you feel? Like when you see queens that, when they perform with me, I had some of the queens from RuPaul's Drag Race at the VMAs with me. When you see them outside of RuPaul's Drag Race flourishing, do you feel like a proud parent?
Literally, I watch them all. They don't know that I lurk, but I watch them all and I see their progression. And they might not think I cared or a critique that I said hurt them, so they don't think I like them. I love them and I watch them all. And when I see them come back around and the changes that they made and how much their drag has progressed in whichever way they wanted to progress, it's magical. Yes, to me, I get to tour with a portion of them, not all of them. So when I do get to see them, I get to look at them when I'm not judging them and get to be human with them. It's the most rewarding, gifting thing for me to be able to look at them and say, you are unbelievable and look how far you've come, keep going, keep doing it. all of them in some way feel like a child to me, whether, you know, they're my kid or my niece or my nephew or, you know, whatever the situation is. They're all family to me. I love them all and I care about them all genuinely.
And speaking of, you know, kind of feeling like a proud parent, you mentioned that you have a daughter who, I don't know what the coming out was like with you. I'm sure she felt very comfortable because obviously you're just such a supporter of the LGBTQ plus community. But what was that conversation like? And what advice do you have for parents that are going to have their kids come out to them? Just accept them with love, and what would you say that experience was like?
That is such a sweet question. Thank you. You know, you would think my kid wouldn't have a problem, and she didn't have a problem, and she was struggling early on. We've been very vocal about Lily's struggle with depression. Lily had a very outwardly, and we did a whole podcast on it about her struggle with depression and suicidal tendencies, and it was very, very dark for a very long time. And it wasn't due to her sexuality, it was due to just not knowing her place and not knowing how to deal with everything that was happening in the world for many years. And us as parents didn't know what to do with it. And that's why mental health, especially in the LGBTQIA plus community, is so important, because parents, you know, first reaction is to go, what do you have to complain? What do you have to be depressed about? You have food, you have a car, you have a house. It's got nothing to do with that at all. And parents need to check themselves and listen to what their kids are saying. And I remember sitting there one night with Lily and saying, honey, I think, you know, she was talking to me about not understanding does she like boys, does she like girls? For a while she identified as bisexual, and I said, I think you're gay. And she's like, please don't label me. And I was like, okay, absolutely, I respect that. And then it was, as time went on more and more, she started liking girls more and more and realizing that she doesn't like boys after dabbling a little bit. And then she went back to Oregon. She's in college there, and she sent me the sweetest text, basically coming out because she didn't have a TV on the plane. And she said, I was thinking about all that you do for my community. And she said, my community, because, well, I'm gay. And she goes, it's weird to say that. I'm even a lesbian, but she's like, I'm gay and I want to thank you for all that you do. So it was interesting that she felt the need to come out and that she did it via text. But she knew she was safe, and there's a lot of kids out there that aren't safe. So I always say that if you want to or feel the need or have to come out, I would, if you could, wait until you are in a safe zone or have people with you that you know are going to be with you so you're safe. It's not an easy situation. Some people shouldn't until they can leave their home situation. Right. So it differs from for everybody. And if I can help anybody, I'll always help anybody come out or be there with them or for them. It's such a difficult situation. So I would like to talk to parents if I could. So this is all some things that I want to try to get into place, some kind of something where I can be that person to help them come out, or make sure it's a safe space for them to come out or talk to their parents. It's just something that needs to be done, because a lot of parents don't understand that you don't have to approve of your kid being gay, but you do have to accept it. Your kid didn't ask to be gay. They just are gay. So, you know, when I fought to get pregnant with my daughter, it took me 2 years because of infertility issues. And then I couldn't imagine a parent saying, well, I fought this long and now I don't want my kid because of who they love. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. And this story that I'm saying is nothing new, but me as a parent of a gay kid and as an ally, it's my point to now, being a woman of a certain age, to fight for the parents and the kids that don't understand their kids, or the parents don't understand them. So maybe this is something I can do to help kids who are struggling with coming out or gender identity or whatever the situation is. It's something I'm really passionate about.
That's incredible. And I stay up all night and I write these questions on my computer, and all in the morning, this morning I set my alarm for 6 a.m. so I could go through my questions. And as you were just talking to me, I literally just took my computer and just put it on the side of the couch, because this is a conversation. And that's what people need to have with their children when they're coming out, a conversation, just talking. That's why I created this show, was for people to have a conversation. And I love, my last question I have for you, and that wasn't even a question until the story that you just told me about your badass daughter that is just shit. I love following on Instagram, and I love seeing your kids, and they just seem awesome. You said that she kind of accepted who she is because she had time to meditate alone because there was no TV on the plane. And a lot of time in this quarantine, I think we're going to fill a lot of the moments that we could be spending going externally watching TV reality shows like RuPaul's Drag Race. But if you could put time away for you just to take this moment to internalize and get to have a conversation with yourself and check in with yourself, do you think she would have been able to get to that place as easily and even as quickly and as, you know, freely if she wouldn't have had that time alone? Is quarantine a good time to maybe, I don't think, you know, necessarily have the conversation like you said, because if you're isolated in a home with someone that's dangerous or abusive, this isn't the time. You want to make sure, like you said, you're safely in a place where you can come out, but to have a conversation with yourself.
It's super important to have the conversation with yourself and to be honest with yourself and be able to face yourself. And it's not easy a lot. It's especially for kids who battle with depression or identity or you know, any kind of those things that could really enter into a dark space right now, because mental health issues are through the roof right now. But you brought up a positive point. And the positive point is if we can work meditation into this moment and use it as, there's really great apps out there. There's Insight Timer, which I love, and it's free on Wi-Fi. You just have to be Wi-Fi. There's Calm. There's all these great apps that if you don't know how to meditate, learn how to meditate. And maybe, Miley, because you're a big yoga person, you're a big meditator, maybe through this, you can find some clarity as to who you are. But yes, if you are thinking about that right now, and because of the world is in such an unknown state, we will get through this, but we're thinking, how can I change my life when we get over this to benefit me and to benefit others? I want to live more truthfully. I want to live more honestly. Maybe this time is a really good time for you to reflect upon yourself and say, I haven't been doing what I think I can be doing, or I haven't been honest with myself, or I've not been treating somebody else right, or myself. Now is the perfect time to take advantage of that. And yes, let's say it again. Please, if you are going to come out, please do it in a safe surrounding, knowing that no harm is going to happen to you. You might think about planning it instead of doing it if you aren't in a safe space. But all these things could be positive.
Great advice. I think my dad said, when you write it out, you give power to it. So even writing out step by step. Step one, I'm a better writer than I am like kind of improv. Like I like to really write my things out. Even if I end up improving, I like to kind of have a structure of what I know I'm going to say, some sort of at least, you know, kind of maybe write out what you want to say and how you see it going, and give life to that best case scenario. And then also write out, like you said, your options of if things don't go well, is there a friend you can stay with? Are you close with one of your aunties? Do you have an ally that you can go and be safe with if your home is the safest place for you? So I think writing out your ideal coming out, but also with, you know, your plan B. I think that's a great idea.
You need to have a plan B, because sometimes plan A does not work. So safety first is the most important. There'll always be time for the other things. If you're not safe, then hold it off. Writing it down is great if it's in a place where a mom or a dad that might not be safe can't find it. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
There's all sorts of things you have to really think about for the safety of these kids. And there's a lot going on right now, and we just have to be there for each other. And Miley, you are doing a wonderful thing here, and I'm so proud of everything that you have been. You know, I've been a fan because my daughters are 18 and 20, and you know I've been a very vocal Hannah Montana freak. I love every episode, and I've loved you and loved watching you grow into this amazingly strong, independent, vocal woman who's not just a talented singer and performer, we know that, but you are really changing the world, and I'm so proud of you.
I think that's why I love Drag Race so much, is that was how I became, you know, Disney was kind of like Drag Race for me in the training, because there was challenges every week, every episode. There was a challenge. I had to get pasta.
You were in drag.
I had all my challenges. I was gluing my legs down. I'll tell you one story before you go. I gotta get to run. I didn't make great in my wig, and I didn't bring my strong stuff, and I brought the wrong glue, and all of a sudden it started snowing in the middle of the parade, and my wig is going crooked and crooked, and Hailey Bieber, who was not Hailey Bieber, she was a little girl, was front row center, and she loved Hannah Montana, and you can see the horror on her face as Hannah's wig started sliding to the right, and because it was kind of attached to my beanie, so the beanie and
back in the day, and you know, you've just been killing it all along. But I do want to give you a little tip. There's a product that's not wig glue. It's called Got to Be, the yellow stuff.